All right, the first step is to align the holes just to the inside of the plate, and there's a big gap where the valve stem sits right here, and that's where this space is going to sit.
Now that you have your space and valve stem aligned, we're going to put these two studs on the opposite sides of each other. This is to hold in the plate.
A counteract bouncing bag, and this is going to go on the inside of the tire but on the outside of the rubber bead lock, just like that.
So we're going to take our tire and wheel compound here and we're going to loosen up the outside of it. That way the tire will slip right on. Out the O-ring ridge, that way our O-ring will slip right on.
Okay, this is our O-ring, and this fits exactly on the inside of the ridge right here. It's going to be on the outside of the shell, and this is the most important part. This needs to fit exactly inside the ridge, or else your tire may not air up later.
So just like everything else on this tire, we're going to have to line it up with the valve stem. This is our tab that we line it up with the valve stem, that way all the holes are aligned.
Okay, these are our 6-inch 5/8 assembly bolts, and the purpose of these are to bring the plate, shell, and ring together. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a washer and a nut, and you're going to set it on the outside of the ring. You're going to take your bolt, and it's going to go through the plate, shell, and ring. And then you'll tighten the nut down. You want to have at least 4 of these per tire, and you're going to separate every 5 holes. You're going to put a bolt through.
Now that we have all 4 bolts in place, we cannot forget about the nuts that were holding our plate under here. Now that we got those out of the way, we're just going to double check to make sure our O-ring is still in place, because that still is the most important part of the tire. After that, this is where we squeeze everything together and make sure that everything is exactly perfect. What I'm doing right now is making sure that everything is equal and flat. We don't want one side to pinch or one side like that to pinch. So I'm trying to make all these bolts basically the same length on top. That way I know that it's going down equally.
Okay, now that the 4 bolts are completely tight and everything's put together, your next step is to take your studs, and you're going to put a stud and nut next to each bolt, and this will allow you to take these out while keeping the nut and stud in. You're going to do that for every bolt.
Now that these studs are in place of our bolts, we're going to take out the bolts.
All right, your next step is to put nuts and studs in each of these holes. It's just doing the exact same thing that we did for these 4. Typically, I start by putting all the nuts on top first, and then the studs come after that.
So after I hand tightened the studs, we're just going to tighten it with the gun here.
Alright, the last thing we do is air this tire up to 80 pounds per square inch.
After we finish up airing the tire to 80 psi, we're now going to check it with 260 foot-pounds of torque. I'm Steve, I'm 19, and I've been here at DBL for 6 years.
I never learned how to read.
I own 27% of DBL Design.
My name's Dustin.
My name's Nathan.
And enjoy your tires.
Look at that inside deep canal.
My name's Nathan, and I've been here for 3 years.
My name's Dustin, I've been here for 6 years.
And we make every tire that comes out of DBL Design.